My name's Holland Hanley. I'm from Grapevine, Texas, and I'm sponsored by Discraft. Yeah, I mean, I feel like this season's been really successful. My finishes on average have been better than last year. Really the one thing I'm still looking for this year is to try and get that first win. But all in all, I've been really happy this last couple months trying to really stay focused on the process, specifically with my mental game. I feel like I'm the only thing kind of holding me back at this point, so trying to learn how to just have really high confidence, keep that confidence, and not let my own frustration and my own expectations kind of get in my way. Yeah, so we're playing at Cedar Rock Course here in Burlington, North Carolina for a U.S. Women's Disc Golf Championship. Really awesome tournament because it's the one time a year where it's just all the women from all across the country come together and play. We've got juniors, we've got masters, and it's really cool just you get kind of this wider perspective of what the world of women's disc golf is. It's so easy to get just like zeroed in on tour life, but forget that there's this whole wide world and other people have other relationships with disc golf, and it's a really cool to get a good perspective on things. Yeah, I think the course is really great. It's super scoreable. The front nine's got a lot of technicality to it. You gotta hit gaps off the tee, you've gotta hit specific landing zones. A lot of kind of straight shots that either finish a little bit right or left, so there's some flexibility, you know, what kind of shots you wanna choose. But really, you don't need a ton of distance to score well on this course. You just need to be accurate and you need to golf well. Yeah, for this tournament, I'm trying to avoid expectations. My only expectation is that I keep a clear head, that I don't let my frustration, if I start slow or if I'm not scoring the way that I want to just stay calm and stay patient, really is the only goal.
Hello and welcome to the United States Women's Disc Golf Championships presented by Discraft. We're finally in North Carolina at the Regulator Disc Golf Course. I'm Madison Walker.
And I'm Erica Stinchcomb. And we're the two hot geese.
Honk. Speaking of hot geese, we got new shirts. Yeah, check out the merch shop. There's also cool stamp on the back. Yeah. We got Clash Disc with new stamps. Also just generally new Joe Mez stamps in general. We got new discs. Go check them out. If you spend $20.
Yeah,
right?
If you spend $20 on joemezpro.com, you get a month of the Disc Golf Network free. You get to watch the USDGC and Throw Pink. So
that's only
cool.
by Monday, though,
yeah.
So you got to do it this weekend. All right, so the Regulator, it's a brand new course. You can tell it's definitely some fresh greens, but you can also tell how much work they've put into the property. It's super awesome. It's one of the longest and hardest U.S. women's disc golf courses we've played ever.
Yeah, definitely the hardest one I've played. I think it's my third.
This is my 10th, and it is, besides IDGC, it is rough.
Yeah, it's almost 9,000 feet, so it's a really good one. Kristin Tattar. She's parking the holes. You know her. You've seen her. She's great.
Haley King, third place in parked percentage. And these holes are not easy to park. There's not a ton of par threes, and the ones that are there are so technical. She's also ninth place in Circle 2 in regulation for the season.
Missy Gannon, she's hitting the fairway 3/4 of the time, scrambling nearly half the time, and she is fifth in Circle 1X, putting at 80%, coming off a second place at MVP. Yeah.
Holland Hanley, she's second place in birdie rate and fairway hits, birdieing 63% of the holes. That gives you a lot of room for error, which is great. This is going to be a great lead card to watch. Let's start out with hole 1. It's 559 feet. It's a nice par 4, a wide open shot, and it gives you a preview of what the rest of the course is like. A lot of really nice wide open, followed by some really technical, awesome wood shots. A really great mix out here. This one, I believe the basket's about 200 feet into the gap.
Mm-hmm.
So Kristin Tattar won last year, correct? Won U.S. Women's last year?
No, that was Haley King.
Haley King won.
Kristin Tattar won in 2019, but she's won, this is crazy, she's won the last 4 majors. So if she wins here, she'd be the first FPO to win 5 majors in a row.
Wow. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, no kidding.
First FPO ever.
Mm-hmm.
Haley King coming off the win at MVP last year. Also defending her victory at U.S. Women's last year in Michigan.
Michigan question mark? Michigan, period. It was definitely.
Michigan, period.
No, it was
Was it
Wisconsin.
Oh, Michigan, question mark. Oh my God, they're the same. I'm just kidding to all the Michigan, Wisconsin people.
That's a huge crush from Haley. It's hard. They all start to run together, you know?
Yeah. Also, we're just so excited about the new merch that we're just like going nuts over
Yeah,
here.
I'm just looking at the disc. I'm not even watching the screen. Missy has 2 major podiums this year at European Open and Worlds. This is crazy. Her 1,004 rated Worlds finish is the highest rated FPO major loss.
Whoa.
Yeah, 1,004 and she didn't win. Wild. If you all think I'm just really good at researching, I just have to thank Statmando for spoon feeding me this information.
We love Statmando.
Holland a little bit lower than you'd like, kind of turns and burns it a little bit early, but she still can potentially birdie from there with a big shot.
What a cool little profile piece from Holland. She's someone we don't get to hear from a whole lot, but you guys, if you haven't checked out her Instagram account, she does the best how-to videos with lots of form stuff. 10 out of 10 recommend. I've learned from her.
I've literally, used some of the tips.
Yep.
Missy coming at it from a pretty extreme angle, working the skip shot beautifully into the circle.
So another cool thing about this event, like Holland was saying, it brings together players from all over the country. So we're going to see one of the largest fields we see all year. 91, I believe, competitors
Yeah.
in the FPO field. So great.
I think we might have had one drop, but 90 or 91. Look how far Haley is on her drive.
Unbelievable.
Isn't that nuts?
It's just a standstill little chip shot to the green.
Maybe even a putt. Beautiful. So we did do a practice round. I'm not sure if anyone watched that. We talked about it a lot. We had quite the turnaround from MVP. We had maybe you traveled right after MVP, or maybe you drove on Monday, which was an 11-hour drive, and maybe traffic.
Yeah, depending on what the traffic in New York City, Philadelphia, and Washington,
Yeah.
D.C., Baltimore.
So we had one drive day and 2 days basically to learn this course. So really interesting, quick turnaround.
Way too fast.
Also, this is the first time like a big tournament has been here. I mean, this course is literally brand new. I think they had one tournament where there was advanced women who played to test it out, and that's all.
Yep. There's always been a temporary course on the property, but they kind of had this design in mind whenever they got the bid for U.S. Women's, and they've made it happen since then. They've done a lot of the work with clearing greens and the edges of fairways and stuff in the last year. So it is a little rough still, but man, you can tell the amount of work that's been put in, and it really, knowing a North Carolina rough, it's pretty unbelievable what they've done.
Yeah. So Haley taking the easy birdie there, but everyone else struggling. Holland taking a bogey.
Yeah, we'll get on topic with the actual disc golf. We just had to give you all the fun
They're
facts
watching.
on hole one.
They're watching. They probably muted us anyway.
Yeah, they never shut up. Haley King with the early lead through one hole. Look at Erica Stenstrom also in that tie.
Yeah, pretty excited about
Honk.
it. Hole 2. It's a par 3, 279 feet. One of the tightest gaps on the course. To me, this kind of feels like an Idlewild hole. You are throwing something straight through this final gap and then just trying to hyzer and hopefully get a little bit of a skip up the hill. You see anything from a slow speed mid-range up to like a stable fairway driver, I think is probably about as aggressive as you're going to get. If you kick early, it is a nightmare. Once again, we do have a practice round available.
Go check it out.
to go see.
Missy Gannon threw a thrasher in skins.
Wow.
So people are doing all kinds of stuff, but the main thing is do not kick early and go left or right because they're both pretty bad. So one of the factors of this course and what makes it so technical is not just all the trees that you can see. It's once you get into those trees, there's even smaller trees that you can't see. And those are the ones that make it so tricky. You ultimately sometimes have to just pitch out. There's a lot of pitching out happen when you're off the fairway on these wooded holes. Unless you're Missy Gannon, she's right outside the bullseye.
Yeah, sweet shot. And you're right, she went thrasher there. Holland throwing a little too straight, catching the final guardian tree, kicking left. But honestly, easy par.
Yeah,
if you just progress through those gaps.
She's far enough down the fairway where she'll be able to recover. Kristen with a very artistic lie.
Modern art sculpture. I love the attempt trying to get all the way to the pin with a turnover sidearm, but she gets caught up, and this isn't easy. Actually, this might look familiar to you, Madison.
We won't spoil the scores from the practice round.
Dang, Kristen's struggling.
But just know I played the hole very similarly to Kristen right now.
This definitely validates how I feel about this course. Like, if you get off the tee, it's pretty easy.
Yep.
But if you don't, oh man, it has teeth.
Yes. It can go to bogey land so fast. Holland with a nice recovery, but she did get all the way through that last gap that you need to before you can bail. Haley with a long birdie look. She's just chipping up. This is the rockiest green that we'll see, and it definitely does take bits and pieces of your disc.
It may be your soul, depending on how the hole went. Kristen, really long look for bogey.
I was about to talk about the rollaways.
Oh, no. Did you have a feeling? I mean, it stays...
I didn't have a feeling. I just watched a bunch of them.
Yeah.
In skins.
Did
in
you
the practice
experience
round
a bunch of them?
and here. I did not experience one on this one yet.
Oh, not in this hole. I just meant at this course.
Oh, yeah.
Lots of hills out here.
Lots of very steep North Carolina hills. Kristen going to have to settle for a double bogey on this par 3, and that's how a lot of the par 3s are on this course. Very quickly double bogeyable.
Yeah, it's interesting. Madison and I kind of disagree. I think that someone's going to have a day out here and probably approach double digits. And in my head, I was thinking you'd want to be in between like a 3 down and a 5 down to be in like that top 5 range,
And I think like a 5 or 6 is going to be hot.
So, side bet, side ice cream bet.
Missy Gannon with the birdie. Holland and Haley going to settle for pars on this par 3. 16% of the field got this one. But there was a good amount of bogeys as well. 19% getting a bogey or worse.
Hey everyone, I want to let you know today's video is brought to you by Factor. Factor makes meeting your nutrition goals easier than ever by delivering fresh, never frozen, dietitian approved meals right to your doorstep. If you're too busy to cook, with Factor you can skip the trip to the grocery store, skip the chopping, prepping, and even cleaning up. Factor's fresh, never frozen meals are ready in just 2 minutes, so all you have to do is heat and enjoy. With 34 chef-prepared, dietitian-approved weekly options, there's always something new to try. And if you're like me and you want to cut back on takeout, try Factor instead. Not only is Factor cheaper than takeout, but meals are ready faster than restaurant delivery in just 2 minutes. So, if you're ready to ditch the takeout and get started today, Factor has got an awesome deal for all of you. You just go to factor75.com and enter code JOMEZPRO50 at checkout, and that's going to get you 50% off your first Factor box. That's code JOMEZPRO50 at factor75.com, or click the link down below to get started today. All right, let's get back to it.
Hole 3, our first par 5 of the day, 889 feet. This is a really fun downhill shot, but you can't let it go too far because if you see on the right-hand side of the screen right now, there is an out-of-bounds creek that runs all the way down this fairway. It's a very straightforward hole, but there is some trouble to get into. If you're early right or left, there's out of bounds, of course, but also that left side has some low-hanging tree branches that are really, really tough to get out from. It's a very birdieable par 5. A little bit of a softer one, but this tee shot really sets the tone for the rest of the hole. Like Erica said, if you get off the tee, it's easy. But anything other than that, next thing you know, you're staring bogey right in the face.
Missy, probably just a tad more right than you would like to be, but it's going to be just fine over there. Haley pushing the trunk of that tree. I mean, honestly, Missy did too. I like kind of pushing that tree as well to get that full hyzer, but it's a little risky. Whoa. And at least Holland's kicked back, it looks like, towards the middle.
There are a pile of tree trunks there that can make footing very interesting. We'll see what she has to work with.
Kristen taking a more inside route, challenging the trees on the corner and ending it up in a decent spot. Holland with a pretty conservative out. She's just playing for par from there. There's kind of a corner up here. If you can make it to the corner before the hole starts moving back to the right, you are in a really good spot for an easy birdie.
Wow, that looked like a yank, but that worked out great.
It did work out great.
Where Haley and Kristen and Missy are is probably still another, 450 to the basket? Maybe more than that?
Definitely more than that. I mean, it has to be. You're not getting that far off the tee.
No.
Ooh, Kristen overturning this and pushing out of bounds. She's gonna find it. The spotter's flag came apart. Holland going forehand. I think that's such an aggressive play. I like it, but I would just be scared to do it to fade towards the out of bounds. Holland finding the left side. She's gonna have some low hanging tree branches to deal with. Missy's second shot. I like the backhand, but yep, she's going to find the corner as well, similar to Holland.
Yeah, I think having a sidearm there is so important. It's so difficult to push that right side and not filter into those trees.
Yeah, you have to throw like a turnover backhand.
Kristen, after taking her relief away from the basket, just trying to get off of that out of bounds line so she's not so pinched.
Laser beam.
Yeah, gives herself a long putt from circle 2.
The basket is only about 10 feet away from the out of bounds, though.
Yeah, it's almost in the bullseye. It might be in the bullseye.
Yeah. What's the bullseye? 11?
12, I think.
12? Okay. I think it's 11, but whatever.
Heard it's 12.
Oh, okay. Oh, Missy not left with much. She does not progress very far. Just playing for par. Haley with a pretty good look at it. Going sidearm, which is kind of cool. She's fading right at the out of bounds. That's why I say it's cool. Like, it's scary. And she nails it. There's snakes down there.
There are. It's definitely a snake pit type of a OB area. Holland from a knee, still getting great distance.
Checks up just before the out of bounds. Going to be dealing with that branch in her way, it looks like, on the putt.
Surprising how many people contend with that weird branch just short.
Love the backhand approach here.
This played as the 4th most difficult hole of the day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, only 14% birdies and 53 taking a bogey or worse. I'm guessing a lot of struggling off of the tee and trying to rescue a par. Also,
that second shot's no joke either.
Yeah, and that out of bounds. Right on
and
the
the final
green.
approach is also no joke.
And putting.
Yeah, okay, I take back my really.
Ooh.
Oh, what a great run.
Almost saved the par.
Missy for a par from, let's call it 24 feet. Let's call it 26 feet. How many feet do you want to call it?
25.
Okay, great.
And it's in. Great par from Missy.
Haley for a birdie. Looks like she's dealing with that same branch Holland was. No problem.
Her putt's just made for that shape.
Holland coming back for a bogey.
I absolutely loved Holland's full send there.
Oh, yeah.
No fear at
Have
all.
to.
Kristen with a bit of a rocky start here.
Yeah, it's surprising. And I hate when people do this because it's like, oh man, it's over because there's 4 rounds.
Yeah.
But I will just say that historically, Kristen tends to win when she's in the lead and maintains the lead. Not as good at chasing.
Introducing Disc Raptor, the best way to clean and dry your discs on the course. Make short work of mud, moisture, and dust in a quick spin. made of quality materials that are built to last. Compact revolutionary design with synthetic turf and high surface microfiber cleaning surfaces. Lightweight and easy for travel. It's there when you need it. Welcome to the future of disc golf.
Hole 4 is a par 4, 487 feet. Snake Creek on the right side, excuse me. You want to throw along the right hyzer just to this tiny landing zone at the base of this hill in the mulch. And then if you do land within about a 12-foot diameter, it's a really easy upshot. If you land anywhere outside of that, it is an incredibly difficult upshot.
It is a wall if you go deep of
Or short.
the landing zone. I haven't seen the short side, but
It's not good.
it's not good.
That looks really solid, but maybe a little too deep. Oh, she
Perfect.
swings in.
That corner draws a lot of disc, and there's so many of those little teeny trees. Definitely going to make you think on the second shot. This plate is the 5th most difficult hole. Wow.
This is the one when I think rollaways. This is the hole that pops into my head. Not just because I had one myself. It's just like quite a steep side slope.
Yeah, I watched a good 50-foot rollaway on this hole today as well.
Missy saws one off and is going to be in that middle clump of trees. It's easy to do because if you pull it too far to the right and go OB, I mean, it's over. Like, that's the worst mistake you could make.
And just carrying too far straight immediately makes this hole impossible to birdie.
Yeah. Why can't we all just land it in that perfect 12-foot spot?
This looks great.
It does look great. But is it great enough?
We will see. You really do have to wrap that last tree pretty
and-
tightly.
And you have to get the skip, too, like a flare hyzer skip. Missy just going to pitch up here. Leaves it a little shorter than you'd like. It's going to be hard to throw a backhand from there.
You know it's a tight landing zone when it's hard to even just pitch up to it.
Right. Holland trying to send it still. Gets pretty lucky through there.
Super lucky. Edge of circle 2 is all you can ask for here. Very easy par.
Okay, so Kristen lined up really well, actually.
All right.
Finding some trouble. How far do you think that shot is? Like 200 tops?
Yeah, 200 tops, but it's uphill, so you really do have to send it. And it is, you can see how narrow that gap is, you know, about 3/4 of the way down the fairway. That's what you're worried about.
Yeah, and Missy does it perfectly. You really need to give it some height.
These are the little upshots that should be so easy, but you're like, oh, please don't mess this up. Please don't mess this up. Those narrow gaps really get you a little stiff feeling. Haley executes it well, though.
Haley off to a hot start here. Must be feeling good after that win.
Feeling confident.
Holland lays up her third pretty close.
11% of the field getting this birdie, 44% getting a bogey or worse.
Ouch. I'll be interested to see how these stats kind of even out as the weekend progresses and we get some more reps out here.
Yeah, some other just things to think about when I'm talking about the stats. Again, we have 90 competitors out here.
Yeah, awesome.
Nice birdie from Haley King. And a lot of those players, basically anyone can play this event. So a lot of those players aren't as highly rated as we see on tour with tour card holders. So it adds some variability to the stats. And this course, like we've talked about before, U.S. women's courses are generally a little bit shorter, a little bit more technical based. This one instead is very, I feel like much longer. It's like Erica said, 8,600 feet, I think. And also extremely technical. So it's a much more difficult course than we're used to seeing at this event in years past.
But scoreable still.
Scoreable.
I mean, look at
By
Haley,
the-
3 down through 5. This is what I'm talking about.
No, but I'm talking about by the elite.
Oh, yeah. No,
players.
I know. I'm just saying, yeah.
But the people that are playing this event that aren't
I
as
mean-
highly rated and aren't maybe as experienced on our tour style courses, this is a hard course.
Yeah.
This is going to be brutal.
Totally.
Hole 5, it's 248 feet. The shortest hole, I believe, that we play all day, but it has teeth of its own. Look at this elevated pin, and look how close that out of bounds is inside the bullseye. Another drop-off creek. It's all basically a wall of out of bounds deep, so you have to come in soft. But look at this little teeny gap.
I think the backhand is so hard.
Yeah, I
I
agree.
think it's a flip up sidearm all day. But
Honestly, shocked to see Haley throw a backhand.
that's what I saw through all 3 women on my card through backhands. I'm like, oh, y'all crazy. What are you doing?
Missy coming in really hot, thankfully catching a tree. You can see those little stakes right there at about 40 feet. That is the drop zone if
That's
you go
inside
out
the
of
circle,
bounds.
dude.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, it's the shortest drop zone I've ever seen.
Yeah.
So you're kind of incentivized to just send it.
Yep, which we love. We love a drop zone towards OB that you can't lay up.
I like it.
Me
I
too.
actually do like it. I can't tell if you're being
No,
sarcastic.
no. It sounds like something that would be sarcastic, but I really like the placement of it. I think it was smart, especially for this event.
I love the sidearm from Kristen. That was her harp, it looked like. I think just the subtle left to right moving shape of the hole really calls for the sidearm.
Haley with a pretty killer second shot.
Yeah.
It's really tight and with a turnover angle too. She'll be right on the drop zone, like Erica said, right around circle's edge.
Holland just pitching up. As Mad said, super dangerous putt to run with that OB right there. Missy's doing it though. Great bid.
On this little short hole, only 11 birdies out of our 90 competitors. So
Wow.
goes to show that this hole is not easy. Kristen Tatar, though, with
There's
the
one.
long birdie look.
Classic, barely excited. Just another day at work.
So
But,
focused.
I mean, that's what Kristen has, though, is that super strong mental game. Like, she's not thinking, oh, it's 3 over. It's over because now I'm chasing people. She's
Yeah.
just thinking about her game and the course and
Shot
all
by
the birdies
shot.
out there.
Haley missing a little bit right. She's going to have to settle for bogey. That's her first blemish on her very hot scorecard so far. But this is, again, one of those courses, just like Maple Hill, just like the courses we played at Worlds, where you're going to get bogeys. Like, being bogey-free out here would be epic. There's too many places to find yourself behind a wall of trees. Henna leading the pack right now, tied with Valerie Mandujano, 3 down through 5, both of them. And what a hot start. Haley King, Jessica Weiss just behind them.
Hole 6, you are shooting over an out of bounds creek. You can take this left side route, but most women are going to try to take the right side gap, land on the top of the hill, line yourself up with the secondary gap. It's eagleable. At 612 feet, you technically could get down there and get a putt, but you just saw how many trees are in the way. And the closer you get to the pin, the more it kind of turns into 2 really narrow lanes with a lot of really skinny fairway trees in the middle.
Yeah, not one good fairway.
Yeah. So there's, I don't want to call it too much luck involved. Like if you're just playing for birdie and you kind of pitch up your second shot, your
It's a
third
simple
shot,
birdie.
the approach becomes easy. But if you're sending a full power drive trying to eagle it, there's some luck there.
Yep. This tee shot is really tough too. Like, I want to call it a soft par 5, and that's like a tweener, but with how narrow this gap is off the tee and how far you're trying to carry to set yourself up, it's hard to call this a par 4.
So Holland taking that right side, but pushing too far deep. It's interesting though. The other women are taking that left side, which I've seen less of. Have you seen?
I
much
had
of
not
that?
seen anyone try that.
I mean, it's totally viable. It's just like
It makes the tee
like
shot
a sharp hyzer.
It makes a tee shot a lot safer, I
Yeah,
think.
it does.
Because you're more comfortable throwing that shot like a hyzer than you are a flexi or straight shot like Haley just did really well.
So well. So good.
Holland just having to
Oh, bummer.
jump putt out to the fairway.
And that's where she wanted to be on her drive. So it's going to be a tough birdie attempt. We're going to see definitely some placement shots here, I think, more than a full send. I think Kristen caught up in that corner.
That looked a little bit like a full send.
I'm so surprised that both of them are going sidearm turnovers. I mean, it's a really cool play, and I did something similar, but like it was so pinched. I'm surprised they didn't just chip a little backhand.
Yeah.
Oh, it is so bad over there. Just look at it.
Yeah, I think
Tree
the
jail.
mentality there was maybe they're thinking, oh, I can throw this good enough to at least get like down the fairway and just cover some ground.
Oh, what my!
Nasty. That's so
What a clean sidearm.
so nasty. That almost went in.
That is crazy. She's inside the circle deep, coming back for eagle. I figured we'd see an eagle, but I mean, to have such a close attempt like that, I was thinking like circle 2 short eagle. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Kristen in no man's land over here, just trying to get back to the middle.
This course really showing its teeth.
Yeah, just look at this. These are some teeny tiny little gaps.
Look at those little trees. There's so many of them, especially on this left side. I haven't been on the right side. I don't know what it's like over there, but this left side is jail.
Holland throwing 5 now. Well
So
done.
even though with the distance and the way the hole is lined up, it does seem like a little bit of a soft par 5. We had 23% of the field birdieing, 32% of the field bogey or worse. And we did see some numbers out here. You're seeing them here even just on our feature card.
Gonna be a par for Kristen. Haley for eagle. Yeah, cans
So
it.
smooth.
Knew it right out of her hand.
Oh, that's so awesome.
Her putt has been looking so good. Matt and I noticed this last weekend, but it looks really like slow and smooth and controlled, like slower than it used to be.
Yeah, the metronome is definitely turned down.
Sweet eagle. I can't, that second shot was unbelievable.
Haley is one of 3 eagles today. I got to watch one of them. Silva Saarinen had a probably 30-footer for her eagle. Evelina Salonen also getting the 3. And
Sweet.
that is awesome. I like having an eagleable hole on
Yeah.
the course. That rules.
Haley now tied with Henna for first place through 6.
4 down.
While I do have a lot of different versions of the Thrasher in my bag, the main go-tos are those Thrashers that I got when I first joined the team. And that just tells you how consistent those stock runs are.
Hole 7, the most difficult hole of the day. This par 4 has so many no man's land areas that you need to stay out of, and the fairway is so narrow. You want to throw a backhand, kind of simple pushing hyzer shot off the tee. I like an overstable mid-range. I think that's the safest play, but you can see fairway drivers as well. You just don't want to go too far left, so no skips. Pushing straight is the better mistake to make. Your second shot is a forehand turnover or a little backhand pitch to the green. There's a guardian log that doesn't let you come in low, so you have to fully commit it, but the basket is perched on the edge of a rock wall that drops off like 40 feet. So putting is tough, the approach is tough, and the tee shot has to be absolutely perfect in the middle of the fairway or you're dealing with so many trees.
Haley with a T-bird 3 gets way down there nicely.
I like attacking that gap instead of just like getting something in the middle. I think that's kind of a cool play. Not many people can do that.
Yeah. Missy with a big Z Mantis. Getting most of the way down there, pushing 2 straight. Like Mad said, the better mistake. Kristen kicking left into no women's land. It's U.S. women's.
Yes, you're right. Holland grip blocking another one to the right and just getting punished again.
A different no women's land.
Oh, look at this. Believe it or not, this is so cleaned up from a normal North Carolina course rough as
Yeah.
well.
They really did a great job. Also, quick note on the tee pads, they are enormous
And awesome.
and wonderful.
Yes.
And yeah, just thanks to everyone who put so much work into this. It really shows.
Yeah, they're like recycled turf. They're just the best.
They're like 7 by 14 feet, I think someone said.
like everyone could be on the tee pad and you still have room to throw.
Should we try it?
Yeah.
Missy with a pretty deep lunge, patent pending, gets herself just short of that guardian log, which is a fun term I've never used before, but I just liked it when you said it.
And honestly, you're not mad at it there. That's like, you're ecstatic about that approach.
Yeah.
because a lot can happen here. If you go down to the left, it gets really difficult to get back up to the basket. But where Haley and Missy are, it's a simple pitch, and maybe they even have a long putt.
Yeah. Wow, Kristen's drive,
Second shot.
third shot.
Yeah, that was her third shot
Yeah.
to the green. And goes way past. She'll have an uphill putt back at it.
Dang, Holland's still finding trouble. She's just on the edge of circle for a bogey save.
And at this point, it is difficult to keep your mental game together. Holland's having a rough time and getting a lot of kicks as well. So what Missy just did looks so simple, but it drops off so steeply to the left of this basket, so close. So you have to be really careful. Haley's still running it.
I love it.
Love it.
She's going to come up short, settle for a par.
Wow.
What a putt.
Oh, come on.
Love to see it.
Unbelievable.
Full jump send.
Uphill, too. And that is a death putt. If she kicks to the right, she's toast.
Wow.
There was only 4 birdies on the day today. Stacey Ronsley, Evelina Salonen, Nid Ovathanison, and Alexis Kerman. That is a great birdie to get.
Yeah, I kind of thought there would be a little bit more, but
No, man.
it's so hard.
It is so hard. There will be, though.
Yeah.
In the days to come.
We'll see it.
We saw how close Haley and Missy both were.
Classic risk reward hole for sure. Off the tee. I like a mid-range personally. Just trying to chill. Haley's still in tie for first at 4 down. Got a couple 3 downs, a couple 2, so it's playing hard.
Yeah, I think the front 9 is way more difficult than the back as
It's
far as
definitely
scoring.
more wooded. Yeah.
More technical.
Hole 8 is a par 3, 283 feet. I like the sidearm, just kind of a pushing straight sidearm that fades, and you need to get a little bit of a skip to find the inside of the circle. I think you can make a backhand work, but it is so risky because the backhand is going to kick on the right and then kick down the hill to the left versus the sidearm is going to kick more, right towards the pin. Haley barely beating the last fairway tree, and she skips pin high.
Body
Wow.
English, we love it.
Let's see that again.
Just barely missing this leaning
that
tree.
was so close. And oh, look at it. It was so close.
And it checks up so nicely.
What a great shot.
All these greens are a little bit rolly. Like it can happen at any moment.
That was
especially coming in fast.
Bradley Williams pig. So really
That was a
slow
pig?
speed disc. Yeah.
Gosh, she's a freak.
Haley's I think the best sidearm thrower we have
Yeah.
right now.
Kristen Tatar, no slouch herself.
No
Look
kidding.
at that. She's in the bullseye. What's this, a fairway driver?
I don't have her list. So
Okay.
I don't really want to guess.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's so good.
She's like, yeah, Haley, watch this. She would never, but
No, she would she'd never
It'd be
even
pretty
think
funny,
that.
yeah.
Missy still opting for the backhand.
and that's why the backhand is so hard and so punishing. Like I said, she gets that huge kick to the left.
You could see her kind of aiming on the right side. That was intentional. The right side is a lot easier to get through. You can see Holland kind of erroring that way as well. It was a little too tight, but for some reason, that right side has more gaps than you would expect.
It's rough right here, though. I landed in a similar spot, and you can see what an extreme hyzer angle you have to put on that sidearm to get it close. Oh, man. Sit.
Another Guardian log keeps her right on the edge of the circle. Probably some funky footing, though.
Oh.
Whoa.
My. This is the fairway of 4? 3. Three's fairway. Okay. All right. Well, bad luck, good luck. It all cancels out.
Okay,
that's a par.
Missy. She'll be hearing about that later from me.
Ooh.
I knew the footing was going to be weird there. Those logs have so much weird stuff going on.
Man, Holland is really having a rough go of it on the front 9 here.
Haley King, in the meantime, just
5 down.
easy birdieing and eagling.
Ace running.
Missy with the scramble of a lifetime.
Yeah, I'm going to start doing, awarding most interesting par. I think I did that for Haley in round 3 on hole 17 last week. And most interesting par goes to Missy Gannon.
Yeah.
Hole 8.
Kristen with a tap in birdie.
And finding herself 1 over par after that rough start.
You can see why this course has rave reviews from all the FPO field right now. It is so exciting. It's so much fun to play. It's so nice to have a wooded course to play as well. We just can't get enough, really, even after Maple Hill. Hole 9, 250 feet, another shorty, but this one's very technical. You could throw a distance forehand if you want, but I think, like Erica told me in our practice round, backhand is the way. You have to really commit to it, though, because it is a very sharp angle. There are a couple trees right on that corner that you're thinking about, but you got to get around them. Haley does a great job of hugging that corner tightly and
beautiful.
just floating into the green.
Lovely.
Nothing to worry about once you get that far down. The basket's not elevated. There's no danger behind it. It's just a nice, straightforward disc golf hole.
That was a con. Kristen gonna show us the sidearm, which it really is a viable option, obviously. But you can see how it kind of challenges that back wall of trees a little bit more than the backhand does. Missy with a big Z Mantis. Not quite enough turn. Hopefully not too difficult of a par over there.
Kind of a crappy kick. Holland opting for the sidearm. Love the height on it. It doesn't quite get all the way there, though. She'll have a long look for birdie from the edge of the woods, right around Circle 2 land. Oh, Missy in a terrible spot.
Yeah, look at her just straddling around all these little baby trees.
She's not even able to get all the way up to the basket. She just has to give herself a putt. She'll be at Circle's edge to save par.
Ooh, Holland giving it a great run for birdie. Dang, Holland definitely going to be hungry for some green on the scorecard.
Yeah,
on
the back nine is a lot more open. There's still some technicality, but it definitely favors distance for getting those birdies.
Missy coming up short on her par save. Here's Kristen for a birdie. So smooth.
Wow.
And finds herself back to even.
Calm, cool, and collected.
What a champ. Haley, 6 down through 9.
Just stacking them up.
Just trying to find those double digits so I can win the ice cream bet that you definitely agreed to.
Do you think that this is boring golf for Haley as well?
No, I don't think she's going boring this time around.
No.
Nothing says boring like an eagle.
18% of the field getting this birdie, 21 getting a bogey or worse. That's the front 9, folks. Y'all got to see the really nice wooded technical part of this new course that we love so much, Renegade. We got 9 more holes.
Regulator.
Regulator. We're
You're a renegade. Oh, man. Thank you for joining us. It's really fun to see our reigning champ shred the front 9 and see all sorts of different colors on that scorecard as well.
And the weird thing is you could see just a drastic flip-flop. We could see Holland go 8 down on the back 9. That is just how different the course is. It's such a cool balance. We're really happy to be out here at Regulator. Don't forget new stamps, especially the new 2 Hockey stamps and shirts. Cool. We're very excited. And don't forget, spend $20 at the Jomez Pro Shop. You get a free membership 1 month to the Disc Golf Network. We got 9 more holes. Come hang with us. I'm Madison Walker.
I'm Erica Stinchcomb. We're the 2 Hockeys.
Honk.